What's up guys, my name is Stoody and I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and in today's video I am going to be doing my Richmond match review for round 21 of the 2023 AFL season against the Western Bulldogs. Now it is officially season over as it was a 55-point loss. Final score 19-12 126 to 10-11 77. Now I turned the game off in about the first 10 minutes of the game, so I didn't really watch it, and I don't know why anyone would watch it. It was a bullshit game. The game was pretty much over before the first bounce when we lost 3 players due to injuries. I know Richmond will say managed, but they're talking shit. They're injured. Dusty, Cochin, Grum's definitely injured. So what Richmond do, they lie about injuries. They say they're not as severe as they actually are. Like for example, Tom Lynch, apparently medium term when he was always going to be out for the season. Somehow Josh Gibcus has a whole season out with a hamstring injury. I think that Richmond need to have a look at the guys, the medical guys or whatever, because how do we end up with all these injuries all the time, and how do guys like Josh Gibcus miss a full season with a hamstring injury? Someone's not doing their job properly there. They better be able to get Josh Gibcus ready to go for next season, because we really need him for the future of this team. He has superstar potential, and I just hope we don't lose the chance to have a superstar because he continues to get injured. Hopefully his career doesn't get derailed by injuries. But anyway, I'm not really going to talk much about the game. I'm not even going to look at the stats. I might look at player stats, but that's basically it, because I don't really give a shit and I don't want to look at it. Just watching first 10 minutes of the game, team looked like shit. You know, clearly too old, too slow at this point. Some tough decisions need to be made. You know, Andrew McQuaid is not the guy to lead this team beyond this year. He's done a good job as a caretaker coach, but I don't think he's the right fit for us. He might be a good fit at other clubs as the head coach, but not for us. We need someone who isn't involved in the club. And I want us to appoint Josh Carr as our new coach next year. From what I heard, he's really good. He doesn't fuck around, and what he needs to do is he needs a complete clean out of this list, get rid of some of the older guys. There's only, you know, a few that I feel are untouchable when it comes to trading / delisting. Guys, I think we should definitely keep Noel Bolter, Jenny Rowley, Liam Baker, Josh Gibcus, Samson Ryan, Tim Torano. I think everyone else should be on the market to be traded if anyone's interested. I think Jack Riddle and Trent Cochin need to retire. I know Dylan Grimes won't retire, but I think he should. I know Grimes is going to be playing on next year, but I think he's cooked as well. If we can't get a trade offer for Marlon Pickett, Cameron McIntosh, or whatever, I think they should be delisted. They're both, I think, early 30s, and they're offering nothing to this team. I think Jack Graham needs to be traded as well. I don't really rate him at this point. He's just too slow for the midfield. We need some more speed in there. Dion Prester as well is too slow, plus super injury prone. Jay Hobart, too slow, too injury prone. But at least he's still somewhat young, so maybe we can keep him around, especially if we're going to sign into a 7-year contract. But guys like Prestia, the guys that are in their 30s, and I know Graham's pretty young as well, but he's not as good as Hopper, that's for certain. If Cochin and Riddle do retire, I can definitely see Dusty maybe requesting a trade either to Gold Coast if Dimmer ends up at Gold Coast, or possibly to Sydney or somewhere like that. And hopefully we can maybe get a first-round pick for him, or maybe even another younger player that has some potential or something like that. I don't think we'll be able to get, you know, pick 1 for him or whatever, because he's only got a couple of good years left in him. Yeah, it's time for a clean out. It's time to, you know, start a new era. We don't want to end up in no man's land. Like, look at St Kilda. What are they doing? They're not good enough to get anywhere close to a flag. They're not bad enough to rebuild. Same with Essendon. They're similar. It's been like that for years for those teams. But then you look at teams such as Hawthorn. You know, they're near the bottom right now, but you can see their young talent coming through. You know they're going places. Even North Melbourne, they've got some really good young talent. They're going places. In 2 or 3 years, North and Hawthorn are going to be forces in the AFL. So we need to make sure that we don't get stuck in no man's land. Might as well act now before it gets too late. Just because Sydney and Geelong were able to stay at the top for so long doesn't mean we're going to do the same thing. I mean, Hawthorn could have been pretty good by now, but for a few years they were stuffing around trying to stay up the top or whatever. Bringing players like Wingard, Umira, those kinds of guys, just wasting draft picks, time and money. You can find a gem with a draft pick in the 40s and 50s every now and then, but it's rare. If you want to get a future star or superstar even, you've got to be picking in the first round. You don't have to have pick number 1 to get a super good talent. It could be pick 12 that ends up being a superstar and the best player in the draft. You know, Shea Bolton was pick 29, Noel Bolter was pick 20 or something like that. Gibcus pick 10. I think Gibcus and Bolter, that can be our key defense for the next 10 years, you know. Obviously we need a forward line. Hopefully Samson Ryan turns out to be good, but I feel like he'll be more of a ruckman than a forward. I definitely do think, you know, when we go to the draft, we need to look for key forwards and, you know, midfielders with a bit of speed, that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm not sure if there was any match fixing last night. I didn't see any from, you know, 10 or so minutes that I watched. But there were people who were saying there was, but I don't know if they were just taking the piss or not. They might have been. So I'm just going to go through goal kickers now. Jack Rill kicked 3, Jack Ross kicked 2, and singles to Marlene Pickett, Noel Cumberland, Shea Bolton, Jacob Bauer, and Liam Baker. And what's to go with that dickhead, you know, attacking Marlene Pickett, I heard. You know, surely he's getting arrested by the police. You know, dickhead saying fucking Pickett's a criminal, yet people are performing criminal activities against Pickett. Pickett's the innocent man. And he always will be known as the innocent man, even though I think we need to get rid of him. But anyway, we'll have a look at disposal getters. Tim Turano got 25, Jaden Shaw got 25, and Dion Presti got 21. Now for the votes, I'm going to be giving 1 vote to Tim Turano with his 25 disposals, 6 clearances, 7 tackles. He got fucked over by Supercoach again, like he always does. I'm going to be giving 2 votes to Jaden Shaw, 25 disposals as well. And I'm going to be giving 3 votes to Jack Ross, who kicked a couple of goals. Got 15 disposals. I think he scored around 100 or so in Supercoach. Anyway, I just put the leaderboard up on the screen. I believe Toronto might have cracked 30 votes. We all know he's going to win Stoody medal. But anyway, Spud of the week I'm going to be giving to Ryan Mansell. Pretty sure he came in as a sub in the first quarter, but he only got 2 disposals. That's pathetic. I don't care if he's a sub. Fair enough, he came in early in the last quarter. I wouldn't give him Spud of the week, but you can't just get 2 disposals, mate, in 3 quarters of footy. Not good enough. Spud of the week. Ryan Mansell, once again, I think that's 4 or 5 nominations he's got. If it was his 5th, that would make him Spud of the year, so we'll wait and see on that. So here's the leaderboard of Spud of the week or whatever. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and leave a like on this video. Also be sure to subscribe to my premium member, Let's Chat with Nick. Link to his channel is in the description. Also be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also be sure to join my Discord server. It is called Australian Sports Community. Link to that is also in the description. Also be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel. It is called Stoody Archives. Link to that is also in the description. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and I also have TikTok. The username for all of those is StoodyYT. Links to all of those will also be in the description. Hope you all had a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.